Hello everybody, it is very cold, very wet, very windy. We've got a storm going on at the moment and the weather is pretty poor. However, it's an exciting day because today is the second Wirral Aquatics Geordie Scaper workshop, the intermediate workshop, and we're going to head over there now and get stuck into the workshop. I can't wait for this one.
If you guys have any questions, whether it's about anything that Mark's using or products that you use in your tank, if you have an issue in your tank at home and you have a question, feel free to ask me while I'm here.
As you can see, Seachem attended this workshop and discussed their range of products and how to get the most out of them in your aquarium. It was a pleasure to meet Caitlin and learn more about their products. Getting into the workshop, and the first stage is adding substrate, which Geordie Scaper utilises a method created by the legendary Takashi Amano, using cardboard to create a barrier to separate the soil from the sand. This barrier is then removed, creating a perfect divide between soil and sand.
Right, this is the magic bit hopefully. So if you do this sort of technique, just push it back towards the soil, slowly take it out. Way, work.
The second part was the hardscape composition, and Geordie Scaper used various pieces of Redmore root alongside Cereus stone to create a visually stunning layout. He explained why in aquascaping, as tempting as it is to centrally place hardscape, placing it off-centre and in odd numbers creates a visual balance that helps in leaning further towards the nature aquarium style layout. These are key principles in being successful in this style.
You plan the steps ahead of time, you just think of a style and then see what you've got around you.
Yeah, different things. It's like that. I'll see some of the materials I've got, some of the wood and stone, and I'll plan a scape around that. Sometimes I've got with fish. I've got a certain fish in mind and I'll design the tank for that. I've just done what I'm going for. I've used a lot of Amazon style plants for some angel fish. And yeah, so it just depends. Sometimes I'll say something when I'm out and about and I'll try and recreate that.
Next was attaching the hardscape together to prevent it from floating when water is added. This was done using the tissue paper and glue method with the blue Moss UK liquid CA glue.
Usually about 50% most days of the week, and that'll get rid of the excess nutrients, but they have more heavy plant that'll help with that as well, because that's like the early periods when you have any issues with the plant in the aquarium. So you just got to be patient because it goes through a lovely stage. Most plants do. It's like when you first get your garden done, it looks nothing like it's going to be like in 5 years' time. So patience is key. It's hard to have patience. So we'll just use that. Remember I was saying about shaded areas? So that's going to be shaded eventually with other plants. So it's ideal for a newbies. But also, because we're using predominantly stems, we'll put the light further back as well. Because you don't want to lose the light on the front because it's just a beach front and that'll cause algae on those. So because the plants we're going to use at the base and the ferns we're using on the wood, they do well in low level light. So we bring the light back.
Moving on to planting and maintenance tips, as described in a previous clip, Geordie Scaper advised on how to be successful when establishing the aquarium, with 50% water changes key to withdraw excess nutrients not utilised by the plants. He then advised on plants used, with this layout being more focused towards stem plants than epiphytes. Hygrophila polysperma and Ludwigia palustrius super red were used to create an eye-catching background curtain, with Cryptocoram Wenty green used in the midground to fill in gaps. In the hardscape and mixed into the midground, epiphytes such as Anubias, Bucephalandra and Java ferns were used for detail. These plants were all attached using Green Moss UK Scapers glue, suitable especially for plants.
Plant in that water, you're not going to cause any issues. That's what happens in nature, and it rains, evaporates. So yeah, if you change the water, the actual products I would use is there's prime, which I'm sure you've always got any use most of it. So we'll add prime to dechlorinate the water, and that actually detoxifies ammonia as well. It's not going to get rid of the ammonia, but detoxifies it. So any water you put in the tank, always treat with prime. Once it's up and running, there is a product I start dosing usually the day after for 2 weeks, and that's Flourish Advance. I'll let Kieran talk more about that.
And this is the end result, an incredible aquascape populated by various plant species that create a fitting blend, flowing seamlessly into each other and giving the aquascape depth and a pop of colour. The aquarium filled up looks amazing, and the Cryptocoryne Wenty Green really stands out, flowing forward into the rockwork. With the introduction of a high-tech system in the upcoming expert level workshop, this will be one you don't want to miss. We are back from Wirral Aquatics and from the intermediate workshop with Geordie Scaper. And first of all, I want to say a massive thank you to Wirral Aquatics for inviting me, and a huge thank you as well to Geordie Scaper for sharing tips and tricks to take your aquascape to the next level. I think for me, the thing that I learnt the most from was learning how to perfect that Takashi Amano method of separating your soil from your sand. And that is something that I'm definitely going to be looking towards using. Now I know how to do it properly in my next scape. So first of all, the intermediate workshop was amazing. It was brilliant. However, there is one more, and it is the expert level workshop. This is the top level workshop. It's going to have a full high-tech system. It's going to have CO2 running, more sort of advanced level plants, and it is one that you do not want to miss. So I have a flyer here, but I'm going to put a bigger version of this on the screen. Tickets are £15 and it is on the 1st of November. You do not want to miss this one. So get yourselves there. I will hopefully see as many of you there as possible. Thank you again to Wirral Aquatics and thank you to Geordie Scaper. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed it and please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.